in the in-store technology segment, and that is Omni-commerce. Well, Omni-commerce allows for an integrated approach to retail that spans across multiple sales channels to offer an enhanced and consolidated shopper experience. Well, Michael Wrightboard, president of the Fashion Tech Consortium, joins us now to moderate this session. And with us on the panel are Orly Tal, Chief Executive Officer of Selfpoint, and Unilever Customer Development Director, Adi Regev. Michael, you have the mic.
Thank you very much. Good morning to all from America. I hope you're well. I want to start today's session by thanking Oren Paran for all that he does. He's probably the kindest, nicest, most helpful person in the retail technology industry. And I want to just give a shout out to Oren and to thank him for all that he does every day. Good morning to Orly and to Adi. Pleasure to be with you today. So as we all know, COVID-19 has accelerated what's taking place today in the marketplace. What's happened in the last 3 months probably would normally take about 3 years. And because of that, some good things have happened and some sad things have happened. The good things, some people have accelerated their use of technology and made the change that's needed in order to improve their organizations. Other companies have gone bankrupt and are no longer going to be operating in this marketplace. And what it's done is it's highlighted the relevance of solutions such as Selfpoint and how essential they are to the market today. So I'd like to turn over today's session to Orly and Adi. And Orly, would you like to please talk about Selfpoint and how it's been able to make a major impact on the market already and continuing?
Yeah. Michael, thank you. I'll just share my screen and we'll take it from there. Just a minute. Okay, so Selfpoint has been in the online grocery business in the US and globally for many years, serving more than 250 retailers. And one of the things that has been surprising for me throughout the years was the relatively slow pace of growth in this industry. So, yeah?
You are not on the right presentation. Just make sure
sorry.
You're the right screen.
We are, yeah. So, yeah. So, where was I? Yeah, sure. So, pre-COVID-19, the online grocery market penetration was about 4% in the US. But now analysts, and I know that many of the presenters presented some numbers about COVID, and I'll present my own. Analysts are now projecting that by 2020, more than 10% of US consumers are going to buy food online. And
sorry, Orly?
Yes?
We still can't see your presentation. You're not showing the right screen. If you can check it out, please.
Oh, that's really strange. Okay.
We see a lovely picture of you, but we don't see the technology.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really, really strange. Just a minute. Let me just stop share and let me just start sharing again. My apologies. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I guess that now you'll be seeing my screen, right?
There you go.
Okay. Sorry for that. So yeah, these are the numbers that I was talking about previously. So about the market penetration. And by 2023, which is really just around the corner, online grocery is going to be a $140 billion industry with 20% penetration. Now, these numbers are practically phenomenal. So we're seeing, post-COVID, we're seeing a shift in customer behavior. So how does Selfpoint fit into this puzzle? Selfpoint provides an end-to-end e-commerce solution for grocers with overnight scalability and unparalleled time to market. grocers are now realizing that they must have an online strategy, and that this is becoming their main growth engine. That's really crucial now. But transformation into, and we'll speak about it, when we speak about Shopper and our joint venture with Unilever, transformation into e-commerce business is hard. It takes time, financial resources, expertise, and this is actually where Selfpoint comes into the picture. So I'm going to focus on, as you can see here in the screen, 3 main challenges that we provide solutions for and help grocers through this digital transformation. So the first one is the managing their huge catalogs. Now, I'm not sure how many of you are actually aware of the huge catalogs grocers manage. If I'm talking about a small stores, we're talking about 10,000 SKUs, products. A large store, more than 100,000 products, with inventory, prices, specials that are constantly changing. Now, this is practically impossible to manage manually. So Selfpoint's, actually it's our secret sauce, I would say, integrates into the point of sale. Now, we integrate into dozens of POSs, and we constantly read the catalog in the POS and reflect all all this products and all this information in the websites and mobile apps that we provide our retailers with. So it's a seamless 2-way integration. That on the one hand, we're constantly reading the information from the POS, and on the other side, we're actually at the end of the picking process. The picker presses one button, and the entire order is pushed back into the POS and closing the entire loop. So the first challenge is the POS integration. The second one, it's much more than that. It's managing the store catalog. The second one is the branding and the user experience. So we provide our grocers with a white label website mobile app. The platform is designed to serve online grocery and reflects the market needs and our communication with 250 grocers on our platform, which we actually use user interviews and observations. So just to mention a few, if we take a look here on this the slides, just to give the feel of it, we focus on grocer retail, so shoppable recipes and nutritional filters and last-minute suggestions, and the last concern is of course and we'll go over is the efficiency and profitability. Now, our grocers want the online to be profitable, and actually that's the point where if it's not done correctly, our grocers are starting to lose money. So they want to make this a profitable business. And in order to achieve this goal, we need to help them run an efficient operation. Our picking app, which is actually our flagship product, with that we increase the efficiency at the picking app by 50%. And we reduce error to a 0. So orders are picked using an Android phone, and you can take a look here. If you can take a look here on you can see that's how a typical picker would look in the store. Both their hands are free because the device is connected to their hand, and as I mentioned before, it's achieving 50% efficiency. And every item is scanned, so it's actually error-free, and I think that gives you a very good overview of our solution. Actually, this solution has such high demand that actually we're started to actually provide the service as a standalone service. So I think that this is actually a good time to speak about Shoppo and our joint venture with Unilever.
Yeah. Let's bring Adi in to talk about some actual applications.
Hi, everybody. So actually, I think when we're entering to an era where e-com is not an option anymore, it's kind of a must for grocers. The key value of Selfpoint is the accessibility of the technology. So I started my history with e-com a few years ago when I launched the Toys R Us website. And at that time, I was captured in the paradigm that e-com is big retailers, because these are the ones who have the operational capabilities to run a user-friendly and customer-friendly website. And after I came back to Unilever and I met Selfpoint, actually I found their system very, very accessible even to the small retailers. And actually what we did with Shopper, we developed a platform that allow every small retailer to actually to start e-com using the technology of Selfpoint, which support them, as already mentioned, in the catalog, which is a nightmare for retailers to maintain. Let's not forget its catalog with content and with technical information and with prices. And every mistake, or any mistake in prices can cost the retailers, definitely a small one, a lot of money. It's an error that you cannot observe. And then it comes to the picking. It goes through also out of stock. We heard recently about the value of out of stock and the effect of out of stock or incorrect stock for e-com. And actually, Selfpoint has also a logarithm for that. When a product is not passing to the till several, depends on the category, several days or hours, or when pickers report it as out of stock, it immediately get out of the website. So there is no this limits out of stock effect and all the replacement codes. And then it's slipping on the cashier, so you don't have to go with the products to again the cashier again. So when you're in a small store, to allocate one cashier or two in order to just do for the online, it's a nightmare, because sometimes it's half of the cashiers that you have in the shop. So having all these solutions and covering all these obstacles actually make a Selfpoint solution as a one fits for every retailer. And with Shopper, we did a big step forward with that. Currently, we are touching the 100 shops. 1 year ago, we've been in 20 shops, and this is, as you said earlier, it's thanks to COVID, which really accelerate the sales. But what we saw also from the beginning, that retailers that entered into this era really increased their sales. The online basket is equivalent to the big retailers in Israel, which is around 8 times than their own offline basket size. So it's really increased their business, it's increased their coverage, and definitely now it's bring them to the new shopper era when shoppers wants to combine online and offline, and they want to have the option to purchase in both ways. So definitely this is what small retailers are looking for when they want to join the trend of, which is not a trend, join the curve of online purchasing.
Great. Well, that was perfect. We have 2 minutes left, so I just wanted to know, Orly, if you wanted to add anything to that, just kind of in closure. Because Adi has addressed a lot of the questions that I had about how new requirements for retailers and new behavior patterns for consumers. Obviously, this sector is growing and growing rapidly. So if you'd like to have a couple closing statements, that would be great.
Yeah. So I think that a few strong trends that this whole field is going to take in the next couple of years, I believe, is first of all combining AI, artificial intelligence, and personalization in the process. I mean, that's the big story about e-commerce and changing the whole purchasing experience online. I think that we've just started to scratch what we can do with it. We at Selfpoint are working very hard on providing a completely new experience, which is and we're going to, and the whole idea is not only to integrate it into the user experience, but actually also to the operations. Again, improving the operations. We've done we've worked through the years into calibrating and reducing picking time, finding the few seconds in the process in order to make it more efficient. So this personalization is going to actually be integrated in all levels of technology. I think another important trend that we are working to integrate into and work closely with and create kind of a hybrid solution is the micro-robotic fulfillment centers. I think this is the big story of, I've spoken about the market trend and the fact that in 2020, it's going to be 20% of the business. This is a huge growth. And making and supporting this growth has to be supported by technology and robotics. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. So, Adi, we have like 1 minute. Is there anything you want to add to that?
No, I think this what Ori mentioned are the next steps of this. So being an e-commerce is now the basics. Now we need to go to more sophisticated shopper experience coming from AI and things that we are working together, which I believe will be the next stage of this trend.
Okay.
Super, super. I encourage everybody to visit with both of these folks offline.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much, Orly Tal and Adi Ragev,
Thank you.
for taking us through Omni-commerce. And with that, closing the in-store technology segment, Michael Reibert stays with us.